Hi and welcome. I'm Darshan reporting from Sun Pictures Breaking News. Today we are going to talk about business. Recently, business is the most talkable topic around the city today in Malaysia. In our country, people who are doing business are more compared to the last year. As we know, a business can provide goods and services for human needs. A company or association of persons can be created at law as legal person so that company itself can accept limited liability for civil responsibility and taxation include and members perform or fail to discharge their duty within the publicly declared birth certificate or published policy. And as we all know, business serve as conductors economics activity and prevalent in capitalist economies, where most of them privately owned and provide goods and services allocated through a market to consumers and customers in exchange for other goods, services, money or other forms of exchange that hold economic value. Moreover, businesses may also be social non-profit enterprise or state-owned public enterprises operated by governments with specific social and economic objectives. The word business can refer to a particular organization to an entire market sector. For example, the finance business is the financial sector to all economic sectors. Compound forms such as agribusiness represent subsets of the concept broader meaning, which encompasses all activity by supplier of goods and services. Typically, private sector business aim to maximize their profit, although in some contexts they may aim to maximize their sales revenue or market share. Government-run business may aim maximize some measure of social welfare. Moreover, as we know, there are so many people that has been achieved through their business success, such as Robert Kwok, Ananda Krishnan, and Kwok Ling Chan. And now, the hot news is our AirAsia owner Dato' Tony Fernandes has been achieved his target, which to gain 16 million passengers per month to fly on his plane. Now, let's see a short interview of Dato' Tony Fernandes talking about his life and his achievement. First of all, how did AirAsia started?
I started the airline with very little capital. I said I was in the music business, and I started it 3 days after 9/11. And we were able to borrow a couple of planes from GE Capital, borrow some trucks, lease some trucks, and off we went.
Well, that's good. And how did AirAsia benefit new cities?
We're like the southwest of Asia, or Ryanair. We're low fares, we connect a lot of these new cities, and I define new cities as cities that have become cities from towns. We focus of our 300 routes, 60 to 70% of them are connecting new cities. But as long as there's 300,000 people, we can fly there and we can create a market.
Last but not least, how do you select new destinations?
Yeah, we've never really done a very big science on that. I just say there are 300,000 people, we can fly there. We believe that people want to connect. Television and digital world has made the world a smaller place, but people still want to go and see it. In fact, television and media and social media and Facebook has made people more interested in the world and try and travel. So we try and connect those places.
So back to our news, Dato' Tony Fernandes worked very briefly with Virgin Atlantic as an auditor, becoming the financial controller for Regent Brands Virgin Records in London from 1987 to 1989. Fernandes was admitted as associate member of the Association Chartered Certificate in 1991 and became fellow member in 1996. He is currently a member of Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. Fernandes was formerly a Warner Music executive in Malaysia. He was the Southeast Asian Regional Vice President for Warner Music Group from 1992 to 2001. When Time Warner Inc. announced the merger with America Online, Fernandes left to pursue his dream of starting a budget non-frills airline. In September 2001, Fernandes purchased AirAsia and became the chief executive of AirAsia Malaysia. Then, in 2007, Fernandes started a hotel chain, Tune Hotels, based on no-frills concept. It has properties in Britain, Australia and Far East. In March 2012, he served the International Advisory Board of Global March to Jerusalem, which aims to mobilize the international community in solidarity with Palestine and to protect Jerusalem. A joint statement was issued signed by various members of the board including Fernandez. In 2013, he hosted the APA, the Asian spin-off of reality game show, in which a group of aspiring young businessmen and women compete for the chance to work with Fernandez. So from this, the business benefit concept is a central in strategic planning and most forms of business case analysis, where business people evaluate in investments and actions in terms of likely costs and benefits outcomes. Those pursuing these activities learn quickly, however, that some kinds of benefits are easier to measure and value than others. Most business people readily accept positive financial outcomes as business benefits. These are easy to measure in terms such as cost savings, revenue growth, cash inflows, or increased profits. Many people, however, are uncertain about how to measure or value contribution of business objectives. Their define is non-financial terms. This may include, for instance, changes in key performance indicators for objectives having to do with. So, many people are achieving their life by doing business. That's all from me today.
Thank you for watching Sun Pictures and stay tuned for our next show on Sun Pictures HD exclusively.